Hey, it's your girl Sansa Ray here, and welcome to Miss CPU TV. You may be watching from my regular channel, so if you have not subscribed to my Miss CPU TV channel, please do so. I am a software engineer. As of lately, I've been trying to find a new software engineering position. Usually when I'm looking for a position, I go into careerbuilder.com. I have a profile on there, and that's where I usually find all of my contracts. I will never be an employee. I will always do independent contracting. I like to stay on a contract for maybe 2 or 3 years. I never go past that. So here I am looking on Career Builder. I put in software engineering in the search, and I want to pick jobs that were posted within the last 7 days. I don't like 30-day-old positions, and I started looking through the positions. Now this first position here looks like something I might be interested in. Now that's at first glance. I've worked at NCR Corporation before, not as a software engineer, but I'm doing data analysis. And so as I'm looking through this job, I'm thinking, this might be a good position to me. Now I usually go down to the job requirements first. Oh, excuse that. I'm actually doing a cleaning, a desktop cleaning thing. I look down and you need a bachelor's degree in computer science, which is not something I have. Not all companies require that. Some companies do. Some companies just require you to have a degree, period. You don't have to have a degree in computer science as long as you are up to date with all of the computer languages that you need to have. Here I am opening all of the jobs that I'm interested in. So here's the embedded software engineer position. It's at NCR as well. The job requirement here is also bachelor's degree in computer engineering. And that's not something I have, but I have those computer languages. I have Java, C, and C#, C++. Those are computer programming languages that I know. I also know SQL. Full stack software engineer. Going down to the requirements. Wait a minute, they don't have the pay on here. You have to have a bachelor's degree. That's all it says. Hold on, let me see. See, it says computer science degree preferred but not required. Those are positions that I look for because I don't have a degree in computer science. I might go and get one, because a lot of the stuff that I learned at IT, I learned on the job from other software engineers. The job requirement for this job is that you can have a bachelor's degree, but you have to have those languages. So a lot of these jobs, these software engineering jobs, you need a couple of years of technical support experience and to know a few computer programming languages. And luckily for me, I started off with technical support. I tell everyone, start off doing technical support first, because you learn a lot about hardware and software depending upon what you do. Like IT is so broad. So for me, I just tried to dip in and learn wherever I could. And I got a lot of technical experience beforehand. So I noticed that with any company that I would go to, either they were going to provide me with some kind of training or they were going to throw me in there and I was just going to have to figure out what the problem was and fix it myself. With technical experience and knowledge of programming languages, it was easy for me to get my first software engineering job. So getting another one should be pretty easy. Software developer. So I can't do this job because I don't know the computer programming languages, all of the languages they have listed. I only know C#. The rest of those languages, I don't even know. So I wouldn't even be able to do this specific software development job. When I'm not doing software engineering jobs, I'll look for some data analyst jobs because they tend to pay a little similar. Like you could still make $30 to $40 an hour off doing data analyst work. And if you're doing software engineering work, basic software engineering work, you can make maybe 40 to 50, sometimes 60. With this specific data analyst job, all you need is a bachelor's degree. A lot of data analyst jobs, all you need to know is SQL. To me, that's too cheap. That data analyst job right there, that $20 an hour job, I could not do that. No, that's old Sansaray. That's 3-4 years ago, Sansaray. I would not work that cheap anymore. Tech Systems is actually one of my favorite contracting firms. I love Tech Systems. They treat their contractors really, really good. Like, I love it. Out of all of the contracting agencies, they by far treat their contractors the best. So anyway, with this specific position, you have to know SharePoint, and which is funny because SharePoint is basically the only thing that they're saying that you really need. They are saying that you need SQL, but they're not being very specific at all with what else they need outside of that. So I guess SharePoint is going to be the only thing that they use. SharePoint is a browser-based document management platform from Microsoft that most companies use to upload documents that anyone in the company can have access to as long as they have the password to that specific platform space. Let's check out some emails. So, because I've been in IT so long, I know so many technical recruiters. It is not even funny. Okay, like so many. So they send me jobs all of the time. Here's one IT recruiter who is offering me a job, but it's in Minneapolis. Anyone who's been following me for a while, you know I'm trying to move out of the Atlanta area, actually live somewhere else. So I'm looking at jobs all over. And this job happens to be in Minnesota, and it's 6 months long. Now, that's not long enough for me to move all the way to Minnesota. If it was a year contract, then I'll do it. But 6 months is too short because, a year goes by really, really fast. Imagine what could happen in 6 months. That is fast. That is like a week to me. Okay. So anyway, the reason why I wouldn't be able to take a job like this is because, number one, I don't have 5 to 7 years as a Microsoft Access developer. I have knowledge of Oracle. Of course, I know SQL, but I would not be able to take this job at all because I don't have the experience. That's way more experience than I have. So, of course, I had to turn him down when he sent me this. This is not a job I can take. This is a database administrator position in South Carolina. I like South Carolina. Pretty much like, South Carolina. The requirements are SQL, server experience. I have that. Backup recovery operation. I have all of that. Database planning, designing, database monitoring. These are all things I've done within the past 3 years. 9 months is okay. I can do 9 months, and it's actually closer. It's in South Carolina, so it's not that far. You know what I mean? I can go out there for 9 months and be cool. You know what I mean? Development and maintenance of database procedures, reports, and automated jobs. This is what I'm used to. This is actually what I love. I love doing database stuff. I love doing software engineering stuff. Anything that has to do with software engineering or database administration or anything like that, I absolutely love. I don't know why. Analyzing stuff, interpreting trends, seeing patterns in data, designing and maintaining system tests, and just data quality is my thing. That's what I like to do. Data management. And this is a perfect fit for me. That's really all they said. They didn't say you need a bachelor's degree. They didn't say you have to have a bachelor's degree in computer science. They didn't say any of this. They didn't say you have to have a degree in business. And 9 times out of 10 in IT, they just want to know, do you know how to do it? And what they're going to do in an interview is ask you questions to see if you really know how to do the job, or if you are trainable and have enough information already in your mind. So here is another job I would go for. It's a data analyst 3 job, but it's in healthcare. So when you have a job that's outside of IT that has to do with data management and it's in another industry, you have a whole nother set of software knowledge you have to have. You have to have a whole nother set of software skills. And so this looks like a good job, right? Look at the pay. That's decent. I don't have to have 6 figures to survive. I live well below my means. So all of this sounds good. All of this I know how to do. Now you look down at the job description and you see right here in that first line where the dot is, provide advanced analytical support for business operations in all or some of the following areas: claims, provider data, member data, clinical data. Now, when we get to that HEDIS, pharmacy, external reporting, this is when it starts to get difficult, because this is a whole nother set of programs that go with healthcare. But everything else I know how to do. You see down where it says model data using Microsoft Excel, Access, SQL. Those are all things I know how to do. So whoever gets this job has had to already been working in healthcare already, or they have to be the kind of person that I am, that I can learn any kind of software in a day or so. It might be shorter than that. So here are the qualifications for that specific job: bachelor's degree in related field or equivalent experience. So when I tell people all the time, when they have this disbelief that I could possibly be a software engineer, you don't have to have a degree in computer science in order to be a software engineer or do any database work or anything that's in IT. A lot of people believe IT jobs, you have to have a degree in computer science, and that is absolutely false. Bachelor's degree in related field or equivalent experience, 4 years of statistical analysis or 2 years of related IT experience or ETL experience, healthcare experience preferred. See, that's where the problem arises, because I don't know enough about healthcare. Advanced knowledge of enterprise reporting and analysis tools, SQL and Microsoft Office applications, including Excel and Access. Experience managing projects or heavy involvement in project implementation. Now, usually when people send me jobs, they always ask me for an updated resume. I try not to send a lot of people to, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of those places where I put up like basic information. I don't have a lot of detailed stuff up there, but usually when a recruiter asks me for my resume, I give him a detailed resume of everything specific. I try not to get too specific on my LinkedIn, because to me, that's not even something that good employers or people who are looking for good contractors are looking in order to find a decent contractor. That's just online play to me. Whatever you're doing in relation to your job or money or the seriousness of that, you keep that very, very separate. So, a lot of people might look onto my LinkedIn profile and try to analyze. I had some men do that. It's actually only men. I think a lot of men find it very, very hard to believe that a woman could actually be interested in computer engineering. And it happens all of the time when I talk to men and I talk to them about software engineering or the fact that I love IT. They make it seem like, oh, only men can like something like that. For those of you that don't know what SQL is like a query. SQL is a structured query language. It's used to communicate within a database. One of those human resources management systems, PeopleSoft, is also what they were looking for, or WorkPay. WorkPay is a cloud application for financial management, and I don't know that well at all. But the HEDIS, that means healthcare effectiveness data and information set, and I don't know any of that. So, each job is different. Each job could have a title. This is what I noticed about IT. Each job could have like a specific title. And then you look at the job description and you could have worked that same job description at a whole nother company and they have a completely different title for it and a completely different salary for it. So you have to just be able to know your own potential and not let someone else's definition of what you are worth define how much money you want to make, because you set the standard for yourself. If you say the skills that you have are worth X amount of dollars, you can go out there and find a number of companies who will actually go out there and pay you that. So that's why I prefer to be like an independent contractor, because it's not like I'm some kind of slave or something. I can go to them and say, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. If you want me here and my knowledge, this is what I'm worth. The end. And if you don't want to pay me that, I can go to another company and they will pay me exactly what I want. That's the kind of attitude I have, because I feel like they aren't doing me any favors hiring me. That's not a favor to me. We are doing a fair exchange here. So we need to be equally invested in this situation. So it's not, I've come here to do you a favor. No, you are here to pay me to help you with something. We need to value each other. And if we don't, then this is not a good working relationship for me. So that's how I usually walk into businesses. So anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching. I haven't done a lot of tech videos. I'm just starting, so bear with me. I'm going to keep going. Don't you worry. I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.